What if the biggest threat to your career isn't burnout or layoffs, but a quiet, creeping stall you don't even notice? Welcome to Managing a Career, the podcast that helps you navigate the path to professional success. I'm your host, Lane Robinson. Each episode, we explore the ins and outs of taking charge of your career, from developing skills you need to succeed to building a network that can help you advance, and everything in between. Whether you're just starting out or a seasoned professional, I've got you covered. So sit back, relax, and get ready to take control of your career with Managing a Career. At the time of recording, the U.S. government is in the middle of a shutdown. Progress is stalled. Federal employees are stuck in limbo, staring down questions with no answers, such as, how long will this last? What happens to me? What changes when it finally lifts? It's a moment of suspended animation where uncertainty reigns and momentum evaporates. Sound familiar? It should, because the same thing can happen in your career. Not with a headline or a press briefing, but with a quiet stall in progress, a creeping sense of doubt, and a calendar full of meetings that don't move the needle. Right now, the headlines are packed with shutdowns and budget battles, but this episode isn't about politics. It's about something far more personal, because shutdowns don't just happen in Washington. They happen in our work lives too. Whether you're fresh out of school, mid-career and questioning your next move, or leading a team that's lost its spark, shutdowns show up when forward motion disappears. And if you don't spot them early, your growth can stall for months, sometimes even years. So let's break down what a career shutdown actually looks like, why it happens, and how to restart the engine before you lose momentum for good. A career shutdown doesn't mean you stop working. Far from it. You're still showing up, still checking boxes, still attending meetings that could have been emails. But the spark is gone. You're treading water, stuck in cruise control, doing the same tasks, facing the same challenges with zero stretch and even less excitement. Maybe you're getting raises, but they're just enough to keep you from updating your resume. Promotions? Not even a whisper. It's professional purgatory. You're employed, but you're not advancing. Just like in Washington, a career shutdown doesn't happen overnight. It creeps in, slow, quiet, and disguised as just a busy season. It's triggered by unresolved issues or lack of leadership, sometimes from others, often from ourselves. Maybe it's indecision. You're unsure about your next step, so you wait. You tell yourself you'll figure it out later, but later becomes next year. Or maybe you're over-relying on management, assuming your boss or company will chart your growth. Spoiler, no one is thinking about your development as much as you should be. Then there's avoidance. You know you should ask for feedback, clarify your goals, or push for that promotion, but it's uncomfortable, so you stall. Meanwhile, burnout builds. You've been running hard for so long, your tank is empty. You're still in motion, but you're not moving forward. At the root of it all, complacency. You tell yourself, things are fine. You stop chasing, stop stretching, and stop learning. And just like that, your momentum dies. Career shutdowns don't announce themselves. They sneak in, settle down, and stay until you decide to kick them out. Let's start with those of you early in your career. You land that first good job and think, I made it. But that's exactly when shutdown risk spikes, because comfort is sneaky. You tell yourself you're gaining experience, but if that experience isn't growing you, it's just keeping you busy. Here's how to shutdown-proof your early career. Don't wait for assignments. Be proactive. Ask, what's next? Where can I add value? The ones who seek out responsibility are the ones who get noticed first. Focus on transferable skills, communication, writing, project management, presenting, skills that make you valuable anywhere, not just in your current role. And find a mentor, someone who gives honest feedback, keeps you accountable, and helps you see beyond your current lane. If you avoid stalling in your first 5 years, you'll outpace most of your peers. Momentum built early compounds fast. Now let's talk mid-career. You've built credibility, earned a solid salary, maybe even a leadership title. Your shutdown doesn't look like boredom. It looks like plateauing. You're doing well, you're respected, you're stable, but nothing's really changing. And here's the danger. Stability feels safe, but in today's world, stability without growth is decline in disguise. So, how do you stay in motion? Start by revisiting your goals. The ambitions that got you here won't take you where you want to go next. Don't coast on old goals. Create new ones that stretch you. Expand laterally. Take on projects that expose you to new departments or business functions. Growth doesn't always mean promotion. Sometimes it's about broadening your scope and reinvest in your network. At this level, visibility often matters more than output. If no one knows your impact, it's like it didn't happen. Mid-career shutdowns are sneaky because they feel like comfort. But comfort and growth rarely coexist. And if you manage people, your career growth is tied to theirs. When your team stalls, you stall. When they can't deliver results, your progress slows too. As a leader, avoiding shutdown means playing a different game. Start by developing your people, not hoarding them. The more you help others grow, the more capacity you create to take on bigger challenges. Build influence beyond your team. Don't just lead your group. Be someone whose perspective shapes decisions across the org. And watch out for manager autopilot. It's easy to follow into a routine of one-on-ones, reports, meetings, and metrics. But real leaders don't just manage the status quo. They push for innovation and change. If you're in leadership, your challenge isn't just preventing your own shutdown, it's making sure your entire team keeps moving forward too. Maybe you're listening and thinking, yeah, that's me. I'm in one of those shutdowns. Good news. Stalled careers aren't permanent, but they don't restart on their own. They need intentional action. Step 1, reset expectations with your boss. Schedule a career conversation. Ask, what does success look like over the next 6 months? What would it take to earn that next promotion? Clarity creates accountability, and accountability drives progress. Step 2, rebuild your energy. Sometimes what you need isn't a new job, it's a reset. Rest, recharge, re-engage. Burnout doesn't fix itself, and momentum needs fuel. And step 3, reskill. Pick one new capability that creates leverage for your next role. Maybe it's AI, data storytelling, leadership development, whatever positions you for what's next. Growth starts with learning, and learning starts with choice. Shutdowns don't fix themselves. They end when you take initiative. So if you're stuck, stalled, or just coasting, this is your sign. Restart the engine. Your career is waiting. Career shutdowns happen to everyone. The real question is, will you catch it early enough to restart? You don't need a perfect moment, a new title, or someone else's permission. You can create your own momentum, starting today. If this episode got you thinking, share it with a friend or colleague who might be stuck on their own career shutdown. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe so you never miss an episode of Managing a Career. I'm Lane Robinson. Thanks for listening. Now, go out there and shutdown-proof your career. Taking control of your career is entirely up to you. No one else will do it for you. So don't be afraid to take the actions that will help you reach your professional goals. I hope this episode has provided you with valuable insights and advice. If you want to stay up to date with the podcast, be sure to subscribe in your podcast player of choice and visit managingacareer.com to submit show topics and link to our community. For Managing a Career, this has been your host, Lane Robinson. And remember, own your career and navigate the path to professional success.